Alexa, turn off alarm. Good morning. Take off my mask. Well, I've programmed Alexa with my eWeLink boards to do a few functions, and I'll show you how I did that a little later. It's time to get up, get dressed. Well, wash first, get dressed, make breakfast, and then we'll have some fun today. On my panel here, you see an outlet that says laptop. I'm using a step-up voltage regulator to convert the 12 volts DC from my batteries to 20 volts DC for charging my laptop. This is much more energy efficient than using the transformer that comes with the laptop, turning on my inverter and charging my battery that way. So I'll move over and show you what I have. Zoom out a little bit. This is my regulator. It's set up for 20 volts, and I can step through, and it's set up for 6 amps right now. This one will actually step up to and run up to 15 amps. But and if I hook up more systems to it, I can adjust it. I put it. I hit button over there, and it's working. So output right now is 19.9. I can always adjust slightly to make sure that A equals out. But my laptop will charge anywhere from 17.5 volts up to 21 volts. I have a step down voltage regulator, or current regulator. This one will I can put 12 volts in, 13 volts in, but it'll maintain a constant 12 volts, and it's nice, good filtered power supply that I use for controlling my Alexa, something I need a constant 12 volts and I don't want any surge on it. Then
12 is the natural number following 11 and preceding 13.
Notice you talk there. And here I've got one set up for output of 5 volts DC, and I use this one for regulating my wireless phone chargers. When clipping spade connectors onto wires, ensure you use the right tool. Most of the ones you buy, those cheap kits, or the $5 or $10 connector, they don't crimp the cables properly, and they don't wrap the connection around the wire. So it's best to get a proper connector. I think this one was about $25, but you'll find out you won't have connections that'll fall off. What I normally do is I have the connector I set up in space, so it's right flush with the end. If you can see that there. Well, put it this way, and then put the wire through, just so the wire sticks out the end, and I crimp it, and you get a good solid connection that's not going to come off. For test purposes here, I have a terminal block just connected to ground and positive 12 volts, and I have double pole, double throw relay that I'm also using just for demo purposes. On the relay, I have the one side of the coil connected to positive, and the other side of the coil will be connected through my Wi-Fi relay board. I have positive going to the one side of the relay normally open, and then crosses over to normally closed. And same with the negative, it's on the normally closed and crosses over to the normally open. The common points of the relay actually are used as the output to the actuator, which then switches from plus and minus to minus and plus, so it open or close the actuator. I have my eWeLink 4-channel Wi-Fi relay board. I'm going to be connecting my double pole, double throw relay coil to the first relay on the relay board. I'm going to do ground to the common and attach then the normally open on the relay board to the coil on the double pole, double throw relay. Then I can hook it up to power. Okay. The Wi-Fi relay board has two options for power connection. Have this outlet here will take 7 to 32 volts DC and or AC, and also I can plug it into a USB port and it'll run off of 5 volts DC. So I'll plug it in and it's flashing. Now I'm going to open up my make sure that I'm on the same network that I want to sign into. So I have my own network in the ambulance, palliative care, and I am connected to that. Open up the app. I'm going to go to quick pairing, add one device, and it's connected to set up for palliative care. I'm going to hit next. Then I'll start looking for the device. And it's retrieving device info. Registering the device. And there we have it. And it comes up with a device name. Right now, I'm just going to call it test. And done. Now Alexa's already found that new system. I'll go home. I'm going to go out of the program and back in, and then you see my test, and got my channel 1. I'm going to go up the setting up here. I'm going to go to the name, and I'm going to channel 1. I'm going to change the name, and I'll go I'm going to call it just Actuator 1. I'm going to save it, go back out, and so if I want to go to test, I hit the button, and relay's energizing, but the actuator is not working. So let me check to see. I'll pause for a bit. Sorry about that. I forgot to plug in my power supply for the terminal strip. So we'll go back. Now if I want to test it, I can go on here. You see it's opening. Turn it off. Okay, I showed you in my eWeLink app how to turn on and turn off controls. And we can go into the Alexa app and I can manage routines, and I have my actuator on there. Opening and closing. And close all that off. Then I go, Alexa, turn on actuator 1.
Okay.
Alexa, turn off actuator 1.
Okay.
And there we have it. That's how I control 3 of my cupboards so far. I will be working using the same apparatus for opening up a back awning when I finish building it. And I'm also looking at using actuators to lower my Murphy bed, and also to do self-leveling on it. So that's something I've got designed in my head, but I haven't quite figured out how to build it yet, but it's something in my plans. My goal now is as soon as it stops raining, I'll be finishing my spare tire rack for over my cab, and once that's up, then I'll be installing gray water and bigger freshwater tank underneath the vehicle. So that's it for now, and we'll see you next time. Like, comment, and subscribe if you already haven't, and stay tuned for a chance to win palliative care t-shirts.